The Passaic River. We've been talking about this for days now. You can see it's also crossed into the major flooding stage there at Little Falls. In places like Pine Brook, the river crested several feet above flood stage.
News 12 New Jersey's Chris Keating in that area tonight. We also have News 12's Naomi Yane and meteorologist Michelle Power standing by as part of our Team 12 coverage for you tonight. But let's start with Chris. Chris, you were in Little Falls earlier. You're in Wayne now. What are you seeing there?
Kurt, we are still seeing flooded streets and homes all around parts of Wayne Township. We're on the property of the Willowbrook Mall, and in this property there are flooded streets that are used quite a bit. The water gets as much as 2 feet deep in some parts. And what we're also seeing is mistakes made by drivers. People still going through high water, including a Mercedes, a brand new one just behind me. He rode through the water until the car seized up, and now that car is stuck there probably for days. We watched as the driver of that car pulled right into the flooded street and gave it a go in 2 feet of water until the car finally seized. He got out, and that car may be stuck in place until Monday when this water leaves. We've seen others testing the high water around here. Those in trucks are making it and showing us just how deep the floodwater is around Willowbrook Mall. The mall is open, so this is mainly a nuisance for people either trying to shop or cut through this property. Not far from here, the situation is dire. Hobson Avenue is flooding, and people have had to evacuate. Then we stood along Little Falls Road, where we could see the backyards of homes that seem to be sitting in the Passaic River. Those are along Riverside Drive. That truck there, it made it through, but many others are stranded in homes, not willing to risk taking their cars out of driveways. But then we met Charles McDougald. He lives on Riverside and asked his neighbors to give him a ride by boat over to Route 23 to get some snacks for the kids at home.
I didn't think that we were gonna need to evacuate. So when the water was only about 4 or 5 inches, we were able to move around. Overnight, it appeared to rise as high as it is.
Thanks to his sump pump, his basement is in good shape, and the father of 6 has electricity, so they seem to be making the best of it.
They're able to play with each other. They have their computers, they have their phones, so they're good. All right, Charles. They're really comfortable.
He got a few bags full of food, made his way through the flooded parking lot, and headed on back home by boat with his neighbor. Getting back to the driver here at the Willowbrook